Hello and welcome to the Novato School District's Candidates Debate, sponsored by the League of Women Voters of Marin County. I'm League Member Judy Binsaca, and I'll be your moderator. Also with us is League Member Nancy Godfrey, who will be our timekeeper. The candidates with us today are running for a 4-year term for 3 seats on the school board. They are Maria Louise Aguila, Miguel Garza, and Derek Knell. The 4th candidate, Shelly Scott, is unable to join us, so I shall read a statement submitted by her. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shelly Scott, and I'm running for re-election to the Novato School Board. First, I would like to thank the League for the opportunity to speak to you today. I am sorry that I am unable to attend in person. I am out of town getting my daughter settled into her dorm room for college. I was born and raised in Novato and attended Novato Public Schools. As a parent of twins, I care deeply about our public schools, and I want every student to receive an excellent education. I currently serve as a deputy assessor for the Marin County Assessor Recorder Clerk. I am certified by the California State Board of Equalization as an auditor appraiser and real property appraiser. I'm very proud of the accomplishments the school board has made. The Great Recession was a challenging time for the school district. By working together with teachers and staff, the board was able to accomplish some great things for our students in the worst of financial times. School district is fiscally solvent, avoided significant increases in class size, no reduction in school days, refinanced bonds to save taxpayers $272,000 a year, built the gym at Hamilton, built the multi-purpose room at San Ramon, approved new pool project to serve aquatics programs, STEM program at San Marin High, all-day kindergarten, preschools at several of our elementary schools helps our English language learners. I am running again because I am not done serving students. Things I am currently working on are working with the College of Marin to utilize the IVC campus, working with the Marin County Parks and Open Space/volunteer program, STEM program at San Marin High, students helping to engineer trails, and helping parents and students in middle school understand the A to G requirements for college. It is a privilege to serve as your trustee and vice president of the board. Thank you for your support. The candidates will now make opening statements of 2 minutes each, and we'll begin with Maria Louise Aguila.
Good afternoon. Thank you to the League of Women Voters and to all involved for hosting this forum. You are here tonight because you care about education like I do. I am Maria Aguila. 4 years ago, you entrusted me to be a board member for Novato Unified School District. I thank you for entrusting me with the privilege to serve the Novato community, to serve you, and to serve our children, which is our students here in Novato. My theme is putting students first. I'm a product of the Novato Unified School District. I attended Loma Verde Elementary School. I went to San Jose Junior High. It was junior high back then. I went to Novato High School. That's where I graduated. And I believe that Novato Public Schools gave me the tool to achieve higher education, which I did at Dominican University by earning a master's degree in counseling psychology. I've been a resident in Novato for the past 35 years. And since then, I have been an active volunteer, not only in Novato, but throughout Marin County. I now have friends and family with children attending our Novato public schools. And like you, education is my highest priority. Providing safety for our students and maintaining fiscal solvency are ways to accomplish this. They're very important to me. I have worked to ensure that our resources are invested in our classrooms. My training and career in psychology has been useful to the school district. And again, I thank the league for hosting this event. I hope to answer your questions and have more clarity about myself. And I thank you again.
Miguel Garza.
Thank you. I would like to thank the League of Women Voters for this opportunity to be able to inform all Novato residents on who the candidates are. As any parent who has children in Novato Public Schools, I want the best for my 3 children. I want them to receive a quality education by having the best teachers, the best facilities, a well-rounded curriculum, the best technology, the most recent technology, and above all, a safe school. I know this is possible with active parent involvement. During the last 6 years, I have been participating actively at my children's school. I have served as PTA Vice President. I have served as the ELAC President. I have also served as a watchdog, and currently I'm involved as the PTA advisor and also on various committees at my children's school, Hamilton School. I now seek to serve as an NUSD board trustee in order to ensure that not only my children, but everyone's children enrolled in our schools so that we can ensure that they have the best education. I will make sure we continue to hire and retain the best teachers, make certain that we are providing teachers with the right tools to be successful. I will work to close the achievement gap and certify that all students continue to excel. I will maintain a fiscally solvent budget, and I will work with the other trustees, the superintendent, and staff to make certain that we are meeting all federal and state mandates. Thank you.
Derek Knell.
Hello. I would first like to thank the League of Women Voters for their efforts in putting on this forum and for the opportunity they give voters to hear what candidates have to say about the issues facing the Novato Unified School District. And I would also like to thank the Community Media Center of Marin for providing these facilities, the equipment, and the people who make it all possible so we can watch it on TV and online. I would like to start out by saying that I have served the Novato Unified School District over the last 8 years, and it's been a remarkable honor, and I would like to thank the voters of Novato for their support. During this time, I have led efforts to modernize our schools by investing and increasing in the use of technology in the classroom and the management of the school district. Because of these efforts, Novato schools now have one of the best wide area network systems in the state, which is now the foundation for all of 21st century learning and the tools that we use and the tools that will come. In addition to these educational gains that technology brings, this district-wide network will help us to operate more efficiently and effectively in spending our dollars. Without a doubt, the last 4 years have been very difficult in dealing with the worst recession in our country's history. We've had to make severe cuts and still find ways to educate our kids to the best of our abilities. During this time and by working together, we have had to reorganize our school boundaries and to be more efficient and equitable, and made tough decisions about reducing services, teachers, and support staff. And we did all this while focusing on teaching and learning as the priority, and as a result, we've still maintained some of the highest scores in the state and the Bay Area. Thank you.
And now for the questions. The candidates will have 1.5 minutes to answer, and the first will be Miguel Garza. This is a 2-part question, basically. What motivated you to run for the school board, and why should you be elected to the school board?
Well, first of all, I would have to say that my motivation begins and ends with my 3 children. Mateo, he's in kindergarten, Angela in 5th grade, and Miguel, he's in 8th grade. They are my main motivation, but also all children of Novato. I believe it is important that as a parent who has their children in our school system, I have my ear to the ground, and I am in conversation with parents constantly on ways we can make our schools better. And I believe for this reason, I would be a good choice to serve on the Novato Unified School District Board. Thank you.
Derek?
Well, my motivation is education. I think knowledge is the key to many of the solutions of our community, state, and country's issues. A child has only one childhood to learn, and it's the responsibility of the adults to make sure that they get that right. And that's my primary motivation. My experience over the last 8 years has given me a very good understanding of how the school system works, budgeting, curriculum, labor code and negotiations, which is the largest part of our operating budget. So, and I also have 30 years of business experience in management that I think helps bring some unique insight into the operations of our school district. Thank you.
Maria?
So I believe that my first motivation would be my experience as a student at Novato Public Schools. I had great experiences and not so great, and I have the innate ability to serve. It's just something that I've always done. I volunteered, like I said, in many organizations throughout Marin County, and I believe, what better place to serve than in my own community, and to be able to change or improve or continue to make progression to our Novato schools. My training as in psychology, I believe, has given me the patience, the ability to listen, the ability to negotiate, and this is great for during difficult times. Since I was young, I've served as a police cadet, and it's just one way to give back to our community. Of course, the number one reason would be education, and there's a lot of changes coming our way, and I believe that it is the right time. I've had the experience for the past 4 years, and I know what's coming our way, and it's big changes, and I believe that I can help. Thank you.
Derek will be the first to answer the next question. What is the most important issue facing NUSD?
Well, the most important issue is the level of transition and change that is coming to all public schools in the state of California. And I'm speaking about the Common Core standards, which is our new curriculum, and our new local control funding formula, which will be supported by the new local control accountability plans that all local communities and school boards will be working to adapt and put together.
Thank you. Maria?
Yes, definitely. That is something that is coming our way. Common Core has been implemented for the past 2 years, but it's still new, and it's a program that I believe, people have good thoughts about it and not so good thoughts about it. And so as a trustee, it's already here, it's the law. And as a trustee, it is my job to make sure that the transition goes smoothly. I want the students to be able to learn. I want the teachers to be able to be trained properly, and they have been, but it's still, we're in a transition state, and this is crucial. I'm excited about the learning control funding formula. I believe that it's something that has been asked for many years, and it's finally here. I'm all about local control, and so I'm really excited to be able to deal with local control funding formula. I believe that it's going to be a challenge, though, because different programs, different people are going to want to use that money for them. And so my job is going to be able to prioritize. And the way I will prioritize will be through the students' needs and what is needed in the classrooms. Thank you.
Miguel.
Thank you. As has been mentioned before, the local control formula will be one of the challenges, and not so much the formula itself, but the accountability. I think it will be up to the Board of Trustees, along with Dr. Cunningham, the superintendent, to make sure that the teachers, that the administrators at the school level are accountable for the money and how they are using the money. At the same time, the Common Core is going to be somewhat of a challenge because, as will be reported on this next board meeting, the STAR test results have indicated that our scores have gone down a bit. We still rank up pretty high up there, but because of this implementation of the Common Core, it will be in conjunction with the parents that we need to work together and make sure our children are being supported so that the Common Core method of learning, we can support our children, we can support the teachers, and make it successful for everyone involved. Thank you.
Maria will be the first to answer the next question. If you serve the next 4 years, what are your 3 priorities, or what do you hope to achieve?
So safety is always number 1 priority. To me, I feel like if a student does not feel safe, or if we don't provide a safe learning environment, learning will not take place. So safety is number 1. I feel that I'm responsible for the 8,030 children that are in our schools, and safety will be like from anywhere from facilities to bullying, and I believe that that's the number 1 thing. The second thing would be education. Yes, we are doing a lot better. We are definitely progressing, but I believe that we still have a big achievement gap, and my goal is to support our superintendent so that we can close that achievement gap, or narrow it actually, and that the students can learn the best that they can. My next issue is definitely being fiscally solvent. I want to make sure that the money that we will be receiving from Common Core and from the learning control, local control funding formula, I want it to be spent wisely. Thank you.
Miguel.
There are many things that I would like to focus on, but the 3 would be that we continue to hire the best teachers possible, and of course the challenge is how do we retain these good teachers. So I would like to work with the teachers, with the teachers union, to see how we can accomplish this. And at the same time, I want to make sure that we are providing the teachers with the right tools for them to be successful. My second priority is to help close that achievement gap. Our students are doing good, but they can always continue to excel. And also, that is one of my priorities, close the achievement gap and make sure that the children continue to excel. And thirdly, it's important to maintain a fiscally solvent budget. But quite frankly, I think the underlying priority is that parents continue to participate actively in children's education and in their opinions and suggestions to the Board of Trustees. Thank you.
Derek?
Well, I will also start with safety. Obviously, one of the most important things that we do is to make sure that all of our sites are safe and our students feel as comfortable as possible, and that we continue to train our staff and our administrators on anti-bullying techniques, for example, but also to run special programs and not seminars, but events for the students to learn more about how to get along and how to get together and work on simple things as citizenship and how to treat one another respectfully. Assuming that after we have nice, safe schools, it's the quality of our education and the delivery of our curriculum. And in many ways, that includes some of the things you've already heard. We definitely want to have the brightest and best teachers that we can attract and retain. We want to continue to train our teachers with professional development programs, for example, so that they are doing the best job that they can, as well as taking advantage of some of the new technological systems of assessment and tracking of individual students and the particular needs of our kids. So the delivery of the quality of education. And finally, my priority would continue to be the adaptation and integration of more use of technology. As we're moving into the 21st century, the jobs are going to all be in technology. The use of technology and how to run and operate, design, engineer is very important. Thank you.
Miguel will be the first to answer the next question. What do you see as opportunities and challenges in the district?
Opportunities, I think we have wonderful opportunities at our great schools. We have a lot of different groups, whether it's ELAC or, for example, at Hamilton, they have the Latina Moms. And I think it's through these groups, whether it's PTA, Watchdogs, Latina Moms, we as a board should be able to address these groups so that they can continue to help our schools be successful. And hopefully we would be able to, give them some tools for them to be successful. Some of the challenges that are being faced by the district, well, there are many challenges, but it would be, I think, important to look at everything and anything that the parents want us to look at, whether it be if we have enough nurses, if we have enough counselors, if we have the right transportation, or how can we get the proper transportation. But it would be just a matter of sitting down and talking to all the parents and all the interested parties on what exactly would they want the board to take a look at. Thank you.
Derek.
Well, again, it's the opportunities are coming from the new funding formula and how our community puts together its accountability plan. Essentially, the decisions that we're going to be making from now on are no longer going to be driven by federal No Child Left Behind testing standards or categorical mandates from our state. And essentially, we will now be able to take advantage of these new freedoms in the use of our funds to do the types of things that need to be done for each particular site and its needs and the students that are attending that site. So we'll be able to adjust accordingly and not have to worry too much about not having enough funds in a particular category or chasing particular test level scores on particular subjects, but that may not necessarily be what's best for the students in our schools. The challenges, it's basically how we're going to come together and find the ways to do these things for our students. As Miguel has basically stated on several occasions, what's going to be critical about this is the level of participation by our parents and the rest of the community on how we'll go about deciding on how to prioritize our resources and how we will hold ourselves accountable to do well and to do what's right for each and every student that we have.
Maria?
Yes. So with the local control funding formula, I'm very excited about that, like I stated. With that freedom of having more control with our money, I believe that the challenge would be what to do with it. However, I'm not as, I will, instead of looking at it as a challenge, I, this trustee, will use our our regulations that we also have, because along with this freedom of what to do with the money, we also have our LCAP, which is the way that will guide us. I'll use that as a guide, and definitely it's the law to help us establish and know what to do with our money. With Common Core, like I stated earlier, it's an opportunity to see, if students will defend their ideas better. If it's a way for the students to ask, it's not do it anyway. They can do it any way they want, but they have to justify their answers. So with that, I think the challenge would be making sure that the testing is going to work, making sure that we have enough computers with enough memory. And so this is definitely going to be a challenge. I can't stress more parent participation. This is now more than ever that I'm asking for parent participation. Thank you.
Derek will be the first to answer the next question. What are the key elements to good governance and oversight of the school district?
I think the primary key to good governance is your ability to get along and to build consensus and understand what the issues that we're facing and the problems or the direction that we're trying to go in. Clearly, the responsibility for good governance then is for the individual trustee to make sure that they do their homework, for example, and read and learn as much as possible about the particular issues that we are facing, whether it be labor negotiation, whether it be educational code, whether it be the new funding formula or developing the new accountability plan. It's important that each one of us is engaged, active, has a full understanding, and does the necessary research and reading to be useful in helping to make a good group decision on what to do.
Maria?
So some of the key elements to govern, it's funny you asked that question. I am currently enrolled in Novato Leadership, and that's one of the first things that we talked about. So I'm excited to finish that class. And definitely the first thing would be collaboration. I believe that working in a team takes effort, but it also takes a skill. And I believe that with my counseling psychology background, I have that skill, and it's the ability to listen to others and to always think of this district and our students and what is it that they will need, and to come together as a consensus to be able to establish this goal. And the second thing, again, it would be open communication between the community and the parents, the teachers, and our superintendent. It's more than now, that's it's critical. And I would think that the third element would be to be transparent. I have been consistent in being transparent. I always encourage programs like this, TV for us to be recorded, and I encourage us and the community to be more involved, and to when I have the open communication, to have feedback, and a good leader will be someone that will listen and will respond.
Miguel?
Well, there are many keys to good governance, but I strongly believe that, first of all, as a trustee, you really need to understand the issue. You need to know what it is that you are talking about. Second of all, it's working together, not only with the other trustees, but at the same time working together with the superintendent, and with the administration, because they are many a time providing some of the vital information that we need for us to make a decision. Also, we need to be in the community, being out there talking to parents so that we get some of their information, and not only expecting parents to come and participate at the meetings at the district, but being out there and making sure we get the information. Also, I strongly believe that when necessary and when the opportunity is right, we should also ask the students on depending whatever the issue might be, because they can also provide valuable information to make good decisions. And lastly, we need to be transparent. Also, we need to be responsible for ourselves and for all children.
Maria would be the first to answer the next question. This is a bit of follow-up to the last one, maybe go into a little more discussion of your role as a school board member and the role of the superintendent, and what is the ideal relationship between the two?
The ideal relationship between the superintendent and
The school board member.
a school board member. Okay, so definitely it's not 7 of us. It's definitely 8 of us. And one of the most important things that I've done in this past 4 years is to choose a superintendent for Novato. I am proud of our decision. And she has succeeded in many areas, accomplished our goals, and that is one of the key elements, is to be able to be together in collaboration and have better communication, and to make sure that my job would be to support her so that she can accomplish her goals and the district's goals. Collaboration, and communication it's huge for me. So I'm very proud of what we have done, and I continue I believe that having through emails, through meetings, through workshops, I believe that this can happen.
Okay. Miguel?
I think the role of any trustee, or the first thing that any trustee should be aware of, is that as a trustee, you are, or we are, representing the residents and the parents of Novato who have elected the trustee, and they have elected them to make the best decision. I don't believe it is the role of the Board of Trustees to manage the day-to-day happenings at the school, but to work in conjunction, to work collaboratively with the superintendent to make and guide the superintendent to make the best use of the resources we have, of the teachers we have, and all around make the district a better place for kids. And so it is our role as a trustee to make sure the superintendent is meeting our goals, is meeting and helping us meet, the wishes of the voters. And I believe it is very important that for that to happen, the Board of Trustees and the superintendent need to work hand in hand to make this district and the children's school a better place.
Derek?
Well, the primary role of a trustee is essentially to be the elected representative of the community, and that means everyone who lives within the school district boundaries. The Novato Unified School District represents the city of Novato and some unincorporated areas as well. So that's the primary goal, is to listen, to be involved in your community, to hear what's being said, and to see with your own eyes and experience as much as possible what's going on in your schools as well as the community at large. We also have a fiduciary responsibility, which essentially translates to do what's right and more important for the students and the families and the people of our community than what is convenient or to the advantage of the district and the system at large. So the primary focus is to do what's right for the individuals as opposed to the system that we oversee. The role of the superintendent is to manage the district and to do the best job they possibly can to meet the goals that were set by the board, and those goals are set by a wide spectrum of individuals on the board that help come up with a plan that meets the community's goals at large, and also to help and support the superintendent to do those things.
Okay. Miguel will be the first to answer the next question. In the last 2 years, what has the district done well and what has it done poorly?
Well, in the last 2 years, I strongly believe that they have hired some really well-qualified administrators or principals at the local schools. I think they have done an excellent job in making these selections, because it has translated into a better cohesive schools, where I've heard great things about some of their recent hires, how happy the parents are, and at the same time, the satisfaction of the teachers of having these administrators that they have hired. Also, they have worked diligently in maintaining a fiscally solvent budget. It was challenging for them, but they've done a good job. As to some of the challenges that the board has had in the last 2 years, I think they can continue to do a better job in making sure they represent all and take a look at all the difficulties that parents might be having, whether, again, it's going back to if we have enough nurses, if we have enough counselors, if the teachers have the right tools to be successful. So overall, they've done a pretty good job.
Derek?
Well, the district has done a good job at educating the kids in our community. And essentially, we have proven that we can hire and retain the best teachers. We have solid and intelligent administrators, and we have terrific parent and community participation. And all of this together has given us the ability to educate all of our students to the best of our ability. I think that just surviving the recession and the economic conditions that we've been through has been an example of something that we've done well. And also having the foresight to prepare for what's coming, which is the Common Core curriculum, as we began a year ago piloting and implementing and training our teachers to deal with the changes in expectations from the state. I don't really think we've done anything poorly, and that's not to say that there hasn't been something somewhere, an issue, a particular problem at a particular site, or something that has not gone as well as it could have or as expected. We're always trying to do the best that we can, and that's by far the goal of the district. So I would say that on a broader basis, though, I think the focus should be more on secondary education going forward at this point. I think we could spend a little more time and resources on middle school and high school.
Maria?
So I believe that we have done well fiscally. It has been very challenging this past 4 years. That's one of the hard things about being a board member, is deciding what to eliminate or cut out. And but I'm very happy with some of the decisions that we as a board member in the past 4 years, we've been conservative, and we have been able to stay above the red, and that is a lot to say for our district. Class sizes has been wonderful. I believe that I'm very proud of that. So our teachers, of course, every time I go to an open house and or any of the parent-teacher meetings at the schools, it's just, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of what the teachers have done. Some of our I want to say the people that have helped us. So, for example, school fuel and PTAs. That has been, we couldn't have done it without them. Some of the things that we can do better would be communication. Again, this is essential, it's critical, and it's so important, especially now at this time. With our challenges coming our way, this is what we need to look for. We need to make sure that one of the challenges, again, to prioritize our money. And I would love to bring back some programs. We'll see what happens.
Derek will be the first to answer the next question. Do you see an achievement gap in the district? If so, how would you address that gap?
Well, there is an official achievement gap in education in the state of California, and quite frankly, on a national level. And that's based on the measurement of standardized testing and whether or not you are advanced and proficient or performing below average or normal. So that the gap is the difference between those students. And there has been an ongoing and concerted effort on the part of the Novato Unified School District to train teachers and to focus on the groups of students that have either learning difficulties or other cultural disadvantages. And we have seen improvement in these subgroups, so that I'm optimistic about continuing that trend. But it's important that we recognize that it's our job to educate all students within the district. That's the gifted as well as those with disabilities.
Maria.
Yes. So I believe that there is an achievement gap. However, we are achieving standards, state standards, and yes, we've gone down with like STAR testing. However, I believe that I was a horrible test taker. So I believe that testing is just a part of the puzzle, and I don't just rely on the tests, but I am very hopeful that with the new Common Core coming our way, working in groups, doing project-based learning, where the students will definitely work more in a group. They're going to be forced to bring out the best of each other, and they're going to be able to communicate better, think more critically, and think critically and collaboratively. I believe that this will help. And this is my hope and my duty, actually, to make sure that this will work. And I hope that will help with the achievement gap.
Miguel?
Not only do I believe, but I know there is an achievement gap. And this can be for various reasons, whether it's because it's an English learners group, or whether it's because we have homeless and poor families in our district. And being an eligibility worker, I work on a daily basis with many of these families, helping them apply for benefits, whether it's Medi-Cal, whether it's CalFresh, formerly known as food stamps, or CalWorks, formerly known as welfare. And I believe the Board of Trustees, along with the NUSD, they should work together with the Health and Human Service so that we can help these students that might be suffering from hunger, that might be suffering from not having the proper shelter. And it is in helping these students that we can help their basic needs and hopefully help them achieve better in school. Also addressing our English learners. I think the schools are doing a good job, and we have seen a consistent rise in their STAR testing score, but I believe we can do more for our English learners, and hopefully in conjunction of these things, we can continue to address the achievement gap and maybe hopefully close it.
Maria will be the first to answer the next question. What long-range plan would you want to implement for the school district?
Well, definitely, in the past 4 years, one of my, what I've accomplished as a board member is to be able to work together as a board, as a team, and to accomplish our district goals. So accomplishing our district goals and the superintendent's goals is my main objective, so that we can make sure that our students get the best education that they can. My goal is to have, our students can stay in school, so student retention, and no dropouts. I would love for our students to be better prepared to go to college, and if they choose to, which is my hope, or to be better prepared for a career. That would be my goal, and I'm hoping that, again, with working with Common Core, working with parents and the teachers, and having better communication, and having the tools to accomplish this, the better learning for our students is it's my goal. This is our business. This is what we are about, and I will do everything that I can to support it.
Miguel.
Thank you. One of my, or several of my long-range plans, if elected, would be that to work in conjunction with the teachers' union in addressing what their needs are. Because I strongly believe that in order to have a successful implementation of the Common Core and good students, the impact is at the teacher level. So if we can work together with the teachers union and come to some agreement on how we can continue to hire the best teachers, and above all, retain the best teachers, that would be very successful for our district. I also would like for the district to have even better participation and even more participation from the parents, whether it's the Spanish-speaking community, that they would be able to come and participate and give their 2 cents worth, because we need to work together, the school board, administration, teachers, and parents. And if we can accomplish this, we will be successful in educating our children.
Derek?
Well, it's been the board's responsibility to always think on a long-range basis. We don't want to be in a situation where we're reacting. We want to be planning and investing in the future. And obviously, those things are going to include maintaining fiscal solvency, the continued training and professional development of our staff and our faculty. We're going to want to continue to work on and develop the community involvement, and to make sure that we're meeting the needs of our families in the community. But from a long-range perspective, I think one of the things that I'd like to see us do, and that would be to continue to implement and adapt more technology use in the classroom and as part of the curriculum. This is a new concept, and there's a lot of different ideas to go on how to go about that, so we're going to have to be very active in incorporating, and we're going to have to make some investments in the transition, and that means helping teachers when Miguel mentions, ask them what it is that they want and what they need. That means more training and expertise, and or the kinds of computers and specific equipment that can be used for their teaching and learning. That's definitely going to be the focus. But on a long-range basis, I would say we're going to have to do more to integrate technology into our children's education.
And that concludes the questions. Before the candidates make their closing statements, I want to give you some important dates. Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. The last day to register to vote, or to re-register if you've moved since you last voted, is October 22nd, 2 weeks before the election. Requests for absentee ballots must be received by the Elections Department by October 28th, 1 week before the election. Early voting opens at the Civic Center, room 121, on October 7th. If you go to the leaguesmartvoter.org website and type in your street address and zip code, you'll be able to see your own ballot with links to candidates, issues, ballot measures, and information about the voting process itself. In addition, our website, marinlwv.org, has many other online resources for voters to research facts and campaign financial information. And now the candidates will make their closing statements of 1.5 minutes. Reversing our order of opening statements, we'll begin with Derek Knell.
The reason I'm running for another term is the implementation of the state's new local control funding formula and the new local accountability plan. These new systems pose unique challenges and opportunities for our schools. The new formulas allow for local community members and parents to decide on how to allocate state funding toward meeting their schools' distinct needs and the priorities, alongside how they will also measure the results and hold their schools accountable. The old system provided funding to be spent in specific categories. They will now be distributed to us in more of a lump sum, leaving the district's community, our board, and the administration to set the priorities and make decisions on how the money will be spent. As an experienced trustee, I will work diligently to ensure that our resources are used carefully and equitably and to meet the needs of each of our schools and the individual students that we serve. During the past 8 years, progress has been made in improving our facilities, integrating technology into the classroom, and serving all student groups. With your support, I will continue to apply my experience towards bringing about more positive changes in our schools. Our children have only one childhood, and as adults, it's our job to see that we get it right. I pledge to do all that I can to educate our children, and based on these shared ideals, I respectfully request and ask for your vote. Thank you.
Miguel Garza.
Thank you. You have heard me mention some of the reasons why I am wanting to serve as your board trustee, so that we can continue to hire and retain the best teachers, to make sure that we are providing the teachers with the best tools for them to be successful. I will work to close the achievement gap and certify that all students continue to excel, maintain a fiscally solvent budget, and I will work with the trustees and the superintendent to make sure that we are meeting all federal and state mandates. But again, I am running not only for my 3 children, but all children of Novato. And at the same time, I now ask for your vote and your support. But I'm not just only asking for your vote and your support, but I'm also asking and inviting all parents and residents for your active participation. Because if we are actively participating at the school level, at the district level, it will make our schools better, it will make our city better, and our children will be grateful for the success that we have allowed them. Thank you.
Maria Louise Aguila.
So 4 years ago, you entrusted me with your most precious jewels, your children. I take my responsibility as a Novato Unified School District trustee very seriously. This past 4 years, I have worked hard with my fellow board members, staff, and the Novato community in order to meet our students' needs. My agenda will continue to be all about our students and meeting their needs. As an indicator of my priorities, which are, like I said, safety, education, and being fiscally responsible, I wanted to let you know that I couldn't do it by myself, that I am very grateful that our schools have programs that I've been a member of, committees also that I support. For example, I am a member of Novato Blue Ribbon Coalition. It's that is like the hand in the glove. It is my joy working with them and to make sure that we have safety in our schools. And my other committee that I joined is the Marin County Legislative Advisory Committee. And this is where we go to Sacramento. I've advocated in a state level, gone on a bus, gone to Sacramento, and represent our schools and our children. Golden Bell Committee, I am really, this is wonderful because I have been able to, thank you.
That concludes our debate. Thanks to the Community Media Center of Marin for producing our show. Thanks to the candidates for running. Thanks to Nancy for timekeeping. And thanks to you, the audience, for watching.